Amazing.
Whoa. That's awesome.
Hola, everyone, and welcome to episode 166 of the most must-see show to ever hit the Bedford TV airways or any airways in all todo el mundo, Kennection de Lucha. I'm your host, your connection to the wrestling world.
What language is that?
In todo el mundo.
Oh, okay.
In all the world. Your connection to the wrestling world. The fedorable, not the fedorable film, but the sombrero. The sombrero dinero. Mr. Ken Hill. Yes, the perfect Ken. Here at your service today, delivering all the news to you in professional wrestling. Alongside me is my good friend Isaac from Salem, Mass. Isaac, I did talk about Isaac last week on the show. He's here now, full and live and in living color. Isaac, why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself to the WK crew?
All right. I'm Isaac Sperry. I'm from Gloucester, Mass. I've known Ken for about 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. I've met Ken. We've been good buddies. I've been watching wrestling since 2003. It's awesome. Love wrestling. It's passion. My favorite wrestler has to be The Undertaker. I mean, the guy's a legend. All the above, that kind of stuff.
You and Zach got something in common. His favorite wrestler is The Undertaker too.
I mean, you're a fool if you don't like The Undertaker.
God bless him.
Exactly.
All right. So, of course, as you know, it's May 5th.
Yep.
It's the day after. May the 4th be with you. And, of course, it's
So
Cinco de Mayo.
Revenge of the
Cinco de
5th,
Mayo.
Ken. Revenge
And you know
of the
who loves Cinco de Mayo even more than I do?
Who?
Or
Zach
more than you
Martinez.
do, or more than anyone? The WWE Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar.
Are you
Or
talking
as he
about
likes
me?
to call it, Brocco de Mayo.
I'm sorry, is that Mikhail?
Are you talking about the pay-per-view king?
No, we're talking about Brocco de Mayo.
Rocco D. Malak.
I could
Yes,
be Brock.
yeah, see how much fun Mr. Lesnar's having.
God, he's a scary man.
He's scary when he smiles,
Yeah, he really is.
I can barely see him.
but he's having so much fun, and so are we, guys. We're coming out of WWE Payback. It was a interesting pay-per-view to say the least. Of course, you had thrills and chills. Well, outside of the House of Horrors, anyway. And of course, we ended up having a shocking, brand new, first time ever WK King of Pay-Per-View Champion.
Batting for 1,000.
All hail Mikhail.
Look at that guy. Look at that stuff.
Look at that.
Look at you.
Mikhail
All
had
hail
no,
Mikhail.
Mikhail had a great night. I'll give it to you. It's just, now you have to. Now, if you've been watching the show, now, we've lost championships to a printer, an 8-ball, in Nick's words, a coin,
Yeah, you lost to a coin and a deck of cards.
and a chat
Dice.
room.
Chat room.
You forgot about dice too, Ken.
To
You
Dice
lost to
and a
Dice, too.
YouTube chat room.
There you go.
There you go.
not
That's
good,
just like
Ken. You're
that's like
terrible.
you go down.
Exactly, bro.
You fall further and further and further.
The abyss.
You don't lose to you don't lose to champions.
Almost lost
you
to a baby too. You don't forget that. You
we
almost
we
lost
lost
to
in
Travis.
it. I never lost to
You
Travis.
almost lost to Travis.
Yeah, almost lost to Travis. Yeah, yeah,
You
okay.
should
I
Yeah,
don't-
like a percentage.
You cheated. It's okay.
There should be
Well,
a
yeah,
lesson
we had
to
we had
Travis
percent we had
that anything is
percentages, and
possible.
we actually do a thing where we had percentages on here, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, like I said, it's Cinco de Mayo. It's episode 166. It's the Payback paper review. So I mean, it was a Raw only pay-per-view with an interesting twist. You had the House of Horrors between a now current Raw superstar and Bray Wyatt and SmackDown's WWE World Champion Randy Orton. And just we got to do this top of the hour because this. God. I mean, we've seen supernatural occurrences in wrestling throughout the years. You had Undertaker and the Ministry. You had let's see.
Kane.
You had Kane. You had the Boogeyman.
You got the Brood.
You had the Brood with Edge, Christian, and Gangrel. You've had you had Abyss.
Yep.
You had the Sinister Minister.
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango, yeah.
Papa Shango. That voodoo that he do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you had the Broken Hardys. You had Final Deletion, which reveled in its absurd.
Wonderful.
It was wonderful in its absurdity and its hilarity. But that's the thing. It didn't take itself seriously.
No.
That was the big difference here between something like the Final Deletion and this, where basically it's all started out with Orton driving up in the pitch black darkness in a limo, even though they were on the West Coast where it was still bright out, so we knew this was filmed somewhere in the East Coast, specifically Missouri.
Yeah, basically.
Where they found this dilapidated shack. We came on this dilapidated shack that had a backwards driving tractor and spooky sounds and mood and calm blue mood lighting. And then you had Bray Wyatt on the inside stalking around over sheet covered furniture. Ooh.
Terrifying.
Okay, then you had it was basically 10, 15 minutes of Wyatt jumping Orton in every inconceivable, in every room.
Yeah.
Like in the living room, in the kitchen,
Yeah.
in the bed, okay. I mean, and then you had rooms like this. Okay, what was scary about this aside from the red lighting that would make a bull angry?
I mean, you got a terrifying.
You got
stick thing right there.
kind of terrible stick figure
That was
voodoo structure.
It looks like it hasn't been insulated in years.
Say what?
Asbestos is a silent killer.
Oh, no! I think asbestos would have been scarier than anything we saw in this House of Horrors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then you had a room with severed baby doll heads. Ooh,
That's terrifying.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
There's no picture of that, Ken.
That was horrible. Oh, please. I mean, honestly, I would like to see a video where Travioli watches this and see if there's any part of this that actually scares him.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
I would love to see that. I would honestly love to see Travis watches and see if he actually gets scared by any of
$2
it.
on it, I guess.
I don't think if there's no trucks on the screen, I don't think Travis will watch it for more than 5 seconds. So I could try.
Well, I was covering it, so I had to sit through the whole thing, and frankly, I wouldn't have watched it for more than 5 seconds if I'd already known when it was going to be on. Yeah,
There
see,
is a
there's Travis right there.
WCW match you'd love.
Him.
All right, so
Yeah, two monster
The
trucks
point
pushing
is,
against
though,
each other.
this whole thing was bad. I mean, it was more like a WWE Studios project than an actual match.
Yeah.
And WWE Studios always puts out quality direct-to-DVD programming, right? Yeah, of course.
That elf thing they did. While Christmas.
Santa's little helper, Marine 5, Marine 4, Marine 3, Marine 2,
A lot of
Marine
Marines.
1.
A lot of Marines.
Yeah, 12 rounds, part 1, 12 rounds, part 2. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, can we get Travis off the screen? Okay, can we move him off the screen, please?
He can't go away. Hold on. Keep talking, Ken. I got it.
I'm sure.
I'm trying.
There you
He's
go.
not going away. Hold on.
Okay.
Look at the little man.
All right. So the point being was that the first half, and then you had Bray take Orton to a dingy, dust-ridden kitchen, where you had "We are here" written on the side of the fridge, What did that even mean?
Yeah, it didn't
Like
mean-
there was no one there but Wyatt and Orton.
Yeah, there's no Rowan.
And then you had Bray dump a fridge on Orton. He had the announcers saying, he's under the fridge, even though we saw the fridge tip over, no longer being on Orton.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Wyatt crawls out. He's basically all blown. He's basically blown up.
Yeah.
Like he's out of breath, and he raises his hands, and the whole house goes red. Like, oh my God, it's a Bull's worst nightmare. The house went red.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And then like he gets in the limo. He hijacks the limo, and drives back. Oh yeah, never mind that where they are is clearly on the East Coast.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view's on the West Coast. Oh yeah, so you're gonna have Wyatt drive over 1,000 miles in the span of an hour.
He must have run fast.
Oh yeah, he ran. Yeah. So, and then once Bray's in the arena, makes his way out to the ring, and suddenly as soon as the lights go on, there's Orton with absolutely no explanation whatsoever. They couldn't even say, the announcers couldn't even say, he must have snuck in the back of the limo.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't even say that.
They could have made him the driver.
They could have made him the driver. They could have had him pull an Undertaker on Wyatt, which would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But no, they went out of their way to make this House of Horrors the most horrible, least interesting part of the WWE Payback pay-per-view. Absolute dirt worst. And
besides that, it was a great pay-per-view.
and then just to top it off, just to cap things off, Wyatt didn't even win the match on his own. He didn't win his own match and creation on his own. No. He had to have Jinder Mahal and the Bollywood, not the Bollywood boys, the Singh brothers, as if them being Indian wasn't obvious enough.
Yeah.
He renamed them the Singh brothers. Genius. All right. And have them cost Orton the win. I mean, on the one hand, it was a good vehicle to push Jinder Mahal towards challenging Orton for the WWE Championship. I understand that. But the problem here...
What's the wrong pay-per-view?
I mean... Well, no, you want to... Oh. Okay, there you go. I mean, unless you want to do an Alfred Hitchcock profile. Okay. No, the point being is that it was good in terms of giving Jinder a little bump towards challenging Orton for the WWE Championship, but at the same time, this basically just summed up just how far the Orton-Wyatt feud fell from like in January.
Oh, totally.
Like it was the top feud on SmackDown. You had Orton and Wyatt in the Wyatt family. You had them and Harper, seemingly all on the men. You had them with the tag team titles. Mm-hmm. You thought that maybe, they could stretch this out to SummerSlam, where Orton could have pulled the trigger, and then by that time you could have had a better concept of the House of Horrors built up and more presentable to the WWE audience. Yep. Instead, we got this, which was you couldn't even call it slapdash. It was basically just the WWE writers throwing their hands up and saying, you know what, okay, we give up. We give up.
We don't wave the white flag.
Wave the white flag. Couldn't come up with anything decent, so here you go. Give us basically the lowest common denominator in terms of stuff that, like, a child would find even remotely scary.
I don't even know if the child would find it remotely scary.
Okay. Basically, I mean,
it's PG.
I mean, it's PG. They don't have a problem stretching the stuff through like the PG rating through like controversial, like talking about social media and sexual innuendo. But in terms of coming up with like horror-based stuff, we gotta keep it strictly PG for the kiddies. Give me a break.
I don't get that. Doesn't make any sense in my opinion. So.
No. So, I mean, just overall, I mean, if you had to pick the worst feud of 2017 so far, just overall, Wyatt Orton, hands down.
Yep.
I mean, just
no arguments.
I mean, here's the thing. The reason I picked Orton for this, even though I probably should have gone with Wyatt, because the fact that it was his match, he's not going to lose his match. The reason I picked Orton is, what does this benefit for? What does this do for Wyatt on Raw?
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything because now he's going to be in a feud with Finn Balor, which we know he's going to lose because they're not going to have someone as on a hot streak like Finn Balor. They're not going to have him lose his.
It's WWE though. You never know what they're gonna do. with
They're
that
not
kind
going
of
to have him lose his first. Okay, I mean, unless they plan on pushing Wyatt to the moon like they did before,
I would
unless they start pushing him towards a feud with Brock Lesnar, no one cares about Wyatt anymore. He's gone right back to saying
do,
stuff
Ken.
that sounds good.
Yeah, but
But
the product's not.
The product's not good, and you don't believe anything he says because he never backs anything up.
Exactly.
He never backs it up, except for that 1 month he spent as WWE champion. That's it.
It's a joke, man. I think they should. Bray Wyatt's one of my favorite guys going right now, and they just can't even get him over the hump of that
I
stuff.
think they gotta ship him back down to NXT. I mean, at this point, I don't know what I don't know. I mean, either
He'd have more fun, I think, in NXT.
I mean, either send him back to NXT or let the guy go. Because I mean, you're not.
Well, he's unhappy. He's been known he's unhappy.
I mean, you hear them complaining within WWE that no one's been built up like as their product. Like you bring guys from the outside, like a Finn Balor or an AJ Styles. Bray Wyatt is one of WWE's best creations from down in NXT that they cultivate all themselves.
Easily.
But you know what the problem is? It's because he was in NXT, not up in WWE where Papa Vince has the reins. It's where Triple H has the reins. Where Triple H allows the wrestlers to actually be more creative and express themselves.
Yep.
I mean, as soon as they come up to WWE, no one takes them seriously because Vince literally has no idea what to do with these guys.
It's not a. Vince is just way past his prime. Everyone knows that. It's time for him.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've already acknowledged that
Yeah.
on air like a bunch of times that
just,
Vince is not the creative genius he claims to be.
At least he's not anymore. At one point, he was.
He was, but okay, because he doesn't have competition anymore.
Oh, that's where
he's basically He's basically imploding on himself.
Oh, easily. He doesn't care. He's gonna make millions despite what he can be making in billions.
Exactly.
You know, but that's the
Like
former Chicago guy. I think said that.
that's the worst part. He's content.
Yeah.
He's content. He's not going to make any moves because it's not like I'm going to go bankrupt.
No.
Okay, but I mean, then no. I mean, your product's going to tank. It's going to plateau. It's never going to get any worse. It's never going to get any better.
No. I mean, it'll be the same. It's going to be staying the same for at least another 4 or 5 years, you would think.
All right.
But
Okay.
move
So
on.
all right. So moving on from that's just. I mean, I just feel like this is like a microcosm. I mean, the other big reason I don't think they wanted to keep the title on Wyatt was clearly just look at the guy in the center, front and center, Jinder Mahal. There you go. There you go. I mean, WWE is trying to corner the Indian market. There's your flag bearer, Jinder Mahal.
It's not gonna be a good flag bearer.
And the irony is that not only are the Singh brothers, the Bollywood boys, actually Indian and more Indian than Jinder Mahal, but as soon as WWE has the Indian market cornered, they're just gonna drop Jinder anyway.
Of course.
Because they already got what they needed, so they don't need Jinder anymore.
Yeah,
so he's gonna fall right back into obscurity. They're probably gonna boot him right out the door. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if the whole reason they brought back Jinder was for this very purpose.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
It wouldn't surprise me in the least because they realized, okay, Kali can't do it anymore. Kali can't promote anymore.
Oh, no.
So we need to bring back someone who's remotely Indian.
Well, it's funny.
Oh, what do you know? We had someone who's remotely Indian, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you bring back the 3MB guys, all three of them. You get Drew McIntyre down in NXT, who's going to be. I mean, he's always been.
You got Jinder Mahal on SmackDown, and
Heath Slater.
Yeah, we brought that up. It's like 3M. That's like, when is the 3MB reunion going to happen?
Exactly.
Like
You
so.
know.
Yeah, there's that too. All right, so moving on to the rest of the Payback pay-per-view. We had the kickoff show. We had the kickoff match with Enzo and Cass versus the Club.
It's funny. I don't even watch the kickoff show.
It's
hard for me to watch.
I mean, I just glance at it, just like I said, just because
You
I
gotta
have
watch
to.
the show. You gotta watch the pre-show.
Yeah, you also gotta speak up too. You're a champion.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
You gotta be bold. You're a champion. You gotta be bold.
Gotta be bold.
You gotta speak.
Be aggressive.
I'm the
Mike.
champion. I'll decide.
Be
what the
aggressive,
champion has to
Mikhail.
do,
Be
but
aggressive.
Oh yeah. Be aggressive.
Got to be champion by biding my time. Waiting.
Oh yeah. You bide your time by not showing up like 2 episodes out of 166. Oh, that's really biding your time. Nice.
Did it work?
Did it work?
Did it work?
Did it work?
Okay, let's see. Champion 1 time. Champion 12 times.
Well, Ken,
I'm
you
the
host
champion
Ken,
right now.
You've been on 166 episodes. That's not very good odds. What's your winning percentage?
Better than yours.
Not really, Ken.
Touche.
It's not better than mine.
Okay, who had the best winning percentage up until last year?
Winning percentage, like correct points or titles?
Winning percentage.
Winning percentage.
You remember who won that?
No, I wasn't here.
Uh-huh.
So Ken, you could be the Triple H of winning titles. I'll be the Bruno Sammartino of winning titles.
Oh
So
yeah, you're gonna
I'm gonna
hold
have this for
so
about
what?
6
You're gonna hold it
years.
for like the next 3,000 something days. Oh yeah.
That's what I intend to do.
Hey,
Yeah, if the show's even around for
Big
that.
You're like
aspiration.
Peyton
Yeah,
Manning.
the show's even around for
You,
that
you
long.
do well when it's like a regular preview, but it's a big four. You just
Oh,
Sports
yeah, we'll
reference.
all be ancient by then.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, the good news. I probably, I probably won't be around. I probably won't be around by then, so I won't see him.
Yeah.
I won't see him break Bruno's record.
Well, that'd be good.
All right. So
It's
anyway,
only 6 years.
Moving on, we had Endzone Cast versus the Club. This feud's been going on for so long now.
They've wasted end zone Cass.
Like, well, I mean, the whole point that I think, at least I tried making, is that okay, Enzo would be better served as a voice box.
Oh, easily.
for Big Cass. Okay, well,
I'm doing it again,
yeah, you're doing it again. All right, so basically, the point being is, I thought this was the point where maybe they start thinking about splitting up Enzo and Cass. Instead, they insist on keeping them together. I really don't know why. I mean, you had the Club pretty much dominate this match, and because of one move from Cass, Enzo ends up getting the pinfall. So it keeps things going. And I was this thing's been going on for over a year now. Just
Yeah.
ended already.
It's not. It's just a joke. It's a joke.
I mean, they say the tag team division's heating up.
No,
And-
not on Raw. At least it's not.
On Raw, no. It's just you basically got tag teams doing
got-
the same thing over.
You
and
got
over.
charismatic tag teams on Raw.
You got charismatic tag teams. You got the Club.
Yeah.
And okay, as long as you don't have them doing schmaltzy doctor storyline.
Well, yeah, we don't need that. We don't
no.
need that.
So the point being is, all right, when's this going to end?
If I was to guess longest, 5 years from now. If I was to end quickest, I'd say 2 months. 2 more months of this nonsense, maybe.
One can only hope.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on from there, this is another match that I did not get the outcome on this one. I mean, it's not that I'm not happy about the outcome. I just don't really get it at this point in time. You had the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley defending against Alexa Bliss in Bayley's hometown of San Jose, California. Friends and family all around, everyone cheering her on, and Bayley loses.
Oh,
Bayley-
what else is new?
Oh yeah, this is nothing new.
No.
This is WWE's 50-50 booking when it comes to hometown heroes. Okay, I mean if it's just like a low card guy, it's nothing inconsequential.
Yeah.
But when you have someone like as built up as Bayley was over the last few months as Raw Women's Champion, she's finally connecting with the crowd. So and you would think if in all places you would want to keep that rolling by having her get a solid win over a former women's champion and Alexa Bliss. And Alexa wins.
Well, yeah,
And becomes the first woman to win the SmackDown and Raw. Women's
Alexa Bliss
Championship.
is right now the hottest diva going right now. She can
Well,
talk. She
the
turned
hottest female superstar.
easily.
Well, yeah, because I mean they had the thing where they don't call them divas anymore because apparently apparently Vince just came around to the fact that diva's derogatory.
Yeah, that's what it is. But she's proven on SmackDown. She's proven talent. I think her winning the match. I actually had her winning the match because the fans they hate her, and she can manipulate it epic.
That's just it. She gets over so well as a heel,
Yeah.
a la the Miz. The Miz is so hateable that you want to see him get his comeuppance. It's the same with Alexa. She knows how to twist a crowd, even with the lack of kayfabe in this day and age. She knows how to twist a crowd around to get them to hate her.
Exactly.
Even though she's a very popular heel.
Yep. And she's got talent. She's got not as much as Bayley. I think her matches on NXT have been.
I mean, I thought the follow-up was good. I thought that Bayley being all emotional about Alexa driving the point home that, oh, hey, I beat you in your hometown in front of all your friends and family and your little cousins, and that just set Bayley off.
Yeah.
And that's good. You want more.
You want to see the aggression out of her.
You want aggression. You want more fire for the eventual rematch.
Yeah. It'll be. I think they could do a lot better for the rematch. I think they can make it a lot better of a match. It was a good match all around, but we'll see how it does.
Right. All right. So moving on. From there, we we come up on, I believe, we get it, Mikhail. You're the champion. You've held that belt up about five times
I just thought
already.
you were gonna ask me a question.
Oh, you had a question?
No, I was gonna. You were gonna ask me a question.
Actually, no, I wasn't.
No. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next match,
Okay.
Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins.
Very disappointing match, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a bad match per se. I mean, it was a solid technical match on Samoa Joe's end,
Yeah,
constantly
yes.
going after the knee.
Rollins.
But the problem is, Rollins' selling of said knee was spotty at best.
Yeah. It's
And
just.
I mean, it just didn't come off because he kept going for all those big spots anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, it seemed like the selling of the knee didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, oh, that's just our miniature dancing pen.
Oh, nice.
Right there, yes. It's a trademark, just like my hat.
Well, that's awesome.
All right, so I mean, it was a solid match all around. I wouldn't say it wasn't bad per
No.
se, but it could have been better.
Could have been a lot better.
I think it could have been better on Rollins' side. It just felt like.
Well, Samoa Joe did it. Samoa Joe is.
I mean, it just felt like
He's hungry. Rollins
I
isn't
mean,
looking hungry.
It was. I guess we could say it was phoned in.
Oh, yeah.
It felt kind of phoned in. You didn't sense the aggression. You didn't sense the hatred between these two.
No.
I mean, you certainly saw it the next night on Raw,
Yep.
where Samoa Joe interfered in the main event, laid out Rollins,
Yep.
and cost him a chance at the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep.
So obviously the feud must and will continue.
Sadly, yeah. You could do a lot more with Samoa Joe.
Well, no, not sadly. Okay, I mean they can have a great match.
They
No-
can. It depends on the kind of match they want to do. They could have different. They could have a last man standing match.
They could have
could
a
do-
hardcore match. They could have a last man standing match. They could have
Hell
a
in a
street
Cell.
fight. No, not Hell in a Cell. Say that for October
Yeah.
for a themed pay per view. They could have a cage match. They could have something.
Is
that
there
could
a
help
is there a
ramp up
Connect
the-
4 match?
What?
I want a Connect 4 match on there.
What's a Connect 4 match?
You just play the game, Connect 4. It's really the
I
only
know
thing
what
I
a
can
Connect
compete
4.
in.
I'm wondering how the match would go.
Well, it's usually best out of 7. It's like a series. Kind of. I think that next time there's a real tie, instead of like a time breaker, we should do a Connect 4 face-off. What do you think?
God. I might actually take you up on
Come on,
that.
that would be
If
pretty
you have
awesome.
the game, I
We
might
could
take you up
play
on
some
that.
really
I'm in.
intense music and like really.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, have like dramatic music. Dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun
well,
dun.
like a timer and everything. I'm in.
Oh yeah, okay.
I might aim for the tie if I know this is the case.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right, I'm in. No more time breaker. Connect 4.
Well, no. Okay, I mean, let's keep the time break. Let's just like make this like a special. Make this like a.
Got to change
Well, I'm
the
gonna
rules
pick
to
the
beat
same
me,
time
huh,
as you
Ken?
from now on. So if we ever tie, it has to go to Connect 4.
All right.
It's the bad thing of being a host is you got to go first. So sorry about that, Ken.
Well, okay. What if I'm not the one who ties? But what if I'm not the one who ties? What if it's one of you? What if it's like two of you? Or
Then yeah, that's fine. Greg and I can play Connect 4.
okay, like whoever. Like it's like whoever ties, not just like hey, let's all play Connect 4.
Yeah.
Why don't we just play Connect 4? Well, next Wrestling Connect 4. I like it. Next week we're not talking about wrestling at all. We're just gonna play Connect 4 in front of the green screen.
As the champion, I'll allow it.
Oh yeah, that's so good. Let's take 3 years of Mike's show and just turn it. Let's just turn into another. Let's turn into another Let's Play video.
Yes, I'll make a promo for it. We'll have some fun.
God no.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hell no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. Why don't we get back to talking about a little something called what's it called? Begins with a W.
Yeah, pay-per-view. Yeah.
Wrestling. That's the one.
Let's get
Wrestling.
back to talking about the pay-per-view. You know,
I'm
the
sorry.
whole point of the pay-per-review. You know,
Ken, are
reviewing
you a little?
the
Are you angry?
No, I'm not angry at all. I'm not angry at all that I lost to I lost to a chat room. I lost to a chat room for
I'm
God's
more
sake.
than just a
pretty
chat
bad.
room.
Pretty bad. It's all right.
It's bad. I lost to my chat room.
It's all right. It's all right.
Hello.
No. At peace. No deep breaths. Let's get back to the pay-per-view.
Pretend you're floating right
Back to
above
the
these
review.
clouds.
Put the review back on. Come on, put it back on.
Chant with me, Ken.
No, I refuse the chant. I refuse the chant. I cannot believe I lost.
I can't hear
I
you,
cannot believe I lost to a
I
chat
can
room.
hear you, Ken. Oh.
I lost to a chat room. I lost to a chat room, I lost to an 8-ball, I lost to dice, I lost to cards, I lost to a printer, I lost to a coin, and now a chat room! How do I lose to a chat room? I had the worst score out of anyone that week.
Ken, you were terrible, but you need to.
I was terrible. I was actually about to do what you wanted to do.
Chat
and I
with
was
me.
over. I refuse to chat. I will never chat. I mean, oh god, it was horrible. Like that. I think that was my worst. That
I
was
think
my
the word you're
worst
looking for is
outing
beautiful.
ever.
Yeah, it happens
My
with the best
worst
of us.
outing. And God, if I see that championship go up one more time, I'm coming in there.
I'm stretching.
I'm coming in there.
I'm trying to relax.
He has an itch on his side. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, you know how you were. Oh, okay.
You feel better now, Ken?
I'm creating tension for our rivalry.
Oh, it's not. Just like the Jinder versus Orton. It's going to be a short one.
AKA the hottest feud on WWE right now.
Just as soon as WWE's got India, as soon as I get that title back, you're done, mister. You're okay. Let me put this in terms you can understand. You're kaputski.
I'm sorry. What language is that?
That's offensive.
That's it. That's his Russian-esque language.
His name is Mikhail.
It's not even
Kaputski.
Russian.
Mikhail.
Ken, all hail Mikhail.
No.
Well, that's what it says in your video description.
I don't hail Mikhail.
Well, you should,
I
because
might
I
hail
see
Mikhail.
there's a belt on him.
Yeah, you guys weren't exactly kowtowing to me whenever I held the championship. Oh,
I don't need to.
Oh, hail Mikhail.
It's your show.
It's
Oh,
good.
hail
Solid name, man.
Oh, hail Mikhail.
Sorry, Ken, are you a little angry? Do you want me to play that again?
Can we get back to the pay-per-view,
Yes,
please?
you can. Keep going.
Okay, can we get to the next match, please?
You never told me what the next match was.
Just put on any next match aside from...
Okay.
Okay. I said the next match. All right, we already talked about the House of Horrors.
I'm sorry. How about Reigns versus Strowman?
Well, that was the main event, but... Oh,
Okay, you know what? Then no, we'll go to Neville.
okay, thank you.
Ooh, okay.
Cruiserweight Championship match, Neville versus Austin Aries. Sorry, King of the Cruiserweights, Austin Aries.
Yeah, Kings always
say
work well with
King
WWE.
of the Cruiserweights, Neville versus Austin Aries. Now this match was, I think, was a step up from their WrestleMania match. There was definitely more aggression to it. Aries was not giving Neville any sort of any sort of room to weasel his way out
Yes.
or go after the eyes. Not giving Neville any advantage.
Told a
Now,
good story.
I mean, it told a really good story. Aries was closing in the final moments, hits a sunset flip powerbomb right into the last chance, which I thought was a nice
Very
sequence
good.
right there.
Very good.
Neville literally grabbing the ref, throwing him halfway across the ring, leading to a disqualification. And I actually, now,
That
I've
frustrated me.
talked about this. Well, it did frustrate me too, but in a good way. Because there are rare cases where you do a disqualification on a pay-per-view works. This is one of those cases to help keep the feud going, to let them know, the heel's days of success are slowly winding down. He knows this. He wants to stay on top as long as possible.
Yes. He'll
So-
do anything he can to
do anything he can to retain the
yeah.
championship.
Yep.
Exactly. So what does he do? He gets himself disqualified. Aries gets the win, which keeps Aries in the loop as far as contending for the Cruiserweight Championship.
that we know of.
That we know of. So maybe they have a rematch somewhere down the line. Maybe it's a ladder
I think
match.
it's going to be really
a cage match.
I think they're going to move aside with that. They're going to do T.J. Perkins and Aries for a little bit because
Well, I mean, maybe we don't know.
after the
but-
injury on Monday.
Well, possibly. I mean, TJP did lay out Aries. He did go after. He did assault his leg, keep him in the knee bar for a number of seconds, try to injure him, even though he came on the short end of the match.
Yep.
So I mean, it could lead to that. Aries versus TJP could lead to a triple threat with TJP and Aries.
That's what
versus Neville.
I think they could do that too.
So I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see where they go with that down the line.
Yeah.
I mean, if TJP will wake up and realize that Neville's more or less using him, or maybe that Aries will win it by pinning TJP, and then you have the continuation between Neville and Aries.
Do you think now? I think TJ's. I think they're not using him well enough. His character's not good.
I kind of gotta disagree with that. I mean, I actually think that his alliance is at his Neville's advocate piece, his gimmick is actually. I think it's actually worked very well for him. I think we've seen a newfound aggression.
But the fans don't really. The fans aren't really into it that much. I don't think.
It takes the WWE fans a little bit to catch on, but I mean, they're definitely.
He's definitely better than a bad. He's definitely better as a bad guy than a good guy. I tell you that.
Well, obviously,
Anyone is.
just coming out to that like cocky, just coming out,
Yeah.
cocky swagger, the video game,
Stupid dabbing.
the dabbing, the video game music. I mean, it just shows that like he's trying to show like this is what like it's like WWE's way of saying this is what's wrong with this generation.
Yeah.
The dabbing and the video and the retro game music.
Yeah.
That's what it's all. That's what's wrong with.
I
That's
have-
what's
I have
wrong
some
with this
insight
country
on this.
today.
Basically.
Yeah.
I have a little to say.
Hold that up again.
Because you King of the
Okay,
Cruiserweights, King of the
hold-
pay-per-view.
Hold
Same
on.
thing, same thing.
Same thing.
Our Lord and Master, Hail Mikhail, was trying to
Well,
speak.
it's King, but all right, I'll let that one slide. So going back to the whole Neville thing, I think as a champion myself, I would do anything to defend this championship. I would do anything to hold on to this, because you're on a mountain, you're by yourself. So, I mean, I don't even have a T.J. Perkins on my side, so that makes me a better champion than Neville.
I'm sure you got a couple of cheers.
But,
Kendrick Perkins
room
or
back
Kendrick
there.
Lamar, him?
All him Mikhail is making a strong push to be my favorite champion on the show right now. I think he's making a big push.
Wow.
He's getting up there.
It's getting good.
All right,
He's getting
Ken-
good. I
Ken,
like it. He's
Ken,
very. He's getting good.
Ken, you've been replaced.
Granted, this might be my last time on the show saying this. 'Cause
You're darn right.
No, but I'm being serious here. As champion, you have to hold on to. You have to. Can you hear me now?
Nope.
You still can't hear me?
Now I can hear you.
yeah.
I'm up pretty high. So as champion, you got to hold on to it any way you can. They're having Neville have T.J. Perkins come in and help him and stuff. And what happened to Jack Gallagher? Actually, what happened with Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher?
Well, Jack's still doing stuff on 205 Live.
Is he even in a feud with anyone right now?
No, he's not really in a feud. He's not really in a feud with anyone. He's just kind of like doing his own thing, just
I
carrying
thought it was-
around.
Well, he had a big match on NXT last week for the United Kingdom Championship, which I thought was a very good match.
Oh no, yeah, he had a great with the new UK with the first ever UK champion
Tyler Bate.
He had an excellent match. But I mean, I think he's just kind of doing his own thing right now.
They don't know what to do with him, I
Well,
think.
basically that's what they do with the crux of the cruiserweight division. Like they have these little like mini feuds here and
Yeah.
there, and then you have the
Can we admit that the cruiserweight division's a joke?
It's
not
not
a
so
joke.
much a joke. I mean, it has good matches.
It has good matches, but it's not.
It's got no direction.
Well, let's take it back to when Rey Mysterio, Tajiri, Jamie Noble, Billy Kidman. That was a solid division. This is
Chavo Guerrero,
Chavo.
Paul
London, Brian Kendrick,
Hornswoggle.
Jimmy Wang Yang, for God's
Jimmy
sake.
Wang Yang. There's a lot of guys there, and they used them more.
Mahoney.
They're not. They have a whole different
Hornswoggle.
show. It doesn't even make any sense.
I mean, and the whole reason behind that was supposedly that Vince was cautious. He was concerned for them, which was understandable. You had these guys who weren't as thick, who weren't as durable as, say, like a Batista or a Big Show or Undertaker going 300 days out of the year. It was more of concern rather than a lack of like proper
I think it would go both. I think it goes both. I know. I'm not used to that. I'm first time on the thing, right, man?
Okay, take like one step. There you go.
I gotta say.
All right, so I mean, yeah, but I mean, it seems like that with Neville and Aries, they're pushing.
They're trying to get it up there
They're
because they
trying-
can put on good matches. Both those guys
They're
are.
capable of putting on good matches, but you need a solid structure, a solid foundation beneath the Cruiserweight Championship
Well,
to really make it mean anything.
The champion always needs people below him that make the show or their division better. And right now they're not really. It's just stuck in flux. You know what I mean? It's just really on Raw. It's like the matches are like 2 minutes long or 5 minutes long.
First off, stop using the purple ropes. Stop using.
What is that?
Oh, hey, it's Cruiserweight action time. Just make it a part of Raw.
I don't understand.
Just keep the red ropes. Keep the Raw backdrop. Just keep it all. Don't change it all over and make it seem like it's
very frustrating what they do
it's
with
a separate
that.
thing.
Yeah.
And then you have the Cruiserweight actual 205 Live after SmackDown. Okay, if that's the case, Why not just move the cruiserweight division over to SmackDown?
Exactly.
When you had the chance in Survivor.
That's what I thought they were going to do
last
with the switch up. I thought they were going to actually put the whole cruiserweight division on SmackDown.
They had the chance at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
and
they
they didn't do that.
Yeah, so.
I mean,
Alright,
again,
moving,
It's a topic for another day,
moving
I
on.
guess.
Topic for another day. Moving on.
Moving on.
All right. So we move. Okay. So we move on from Aries and Neville to, I believe. Well, actually no. Yeah, we had Kevin Owens
That was a good match.
versus Chris
Thought
Jericho
that was a
for
very
the
good
United
match.
States Championship. I mean, I heard people have seemed pretty divided on this one. Because that you had one of the hottest feuds of early 2017 relegated to opening the card, which I really didn't have a problem with. And the other thing being is that I think more people were. I like this. I thought they had more aggression to this match. You had Jericho actually being smart. Jericho knew that Owens was going to find a way to sneak out of the walls of Jericho.
Yep.
So what does he do? He goes after the hand.
Great. I thought that was.
He goes after the finger of Kevin Owens. That means Owens can't.
Brought back nostalgia for me because it was a lot more ruthless in a sense.
Right.
Getting that aggression, you need.
He goes after the hand.
Exactly.
Owens can't reach for the ropes. Owens taps. There you go. And then I think they were more focused on the aftermath here because
You knew Jericho was leaving.
you knew Jericho was leaving. You knew he was going to do his tour, his summer tour of Fozzy.
Yeah.
So what do? You have the rematch on SmackDown.
Yeah.
You have Owens basically bulldoze through Jericho, win back the United States Championship, and not only powerbomb him again, but end up taking his steel. If you watch his time in ROH, I think you know where this is going.
Oh yeah.
Wraps the chair around Jericho's neck, rams him into the ring post.
That's great.
And basically just sent Jericho packing with a serious concussion and throat injury.
Yeah, great. I loved everything
I
about
thought
it.
it was great. I thought it was classic Kevin Owens. Jericho goes out. People seem to forget that Jericho always picks the least magnanimous ways to go out.
Like when he got fired.
When he got fired, when he got punted out by Randy Orton,
Yep.
when he got fired by Eric Bischoff in 2005.
Yep.
So Jericho always wants the most humiliating.
All hail Mikhail.
That's what I respect about Jericho
as a way, or as a way to help put someone else over, like how he put Dolph Ziggler over, or now how he put his former best friend Kevin Owens over.
Can you just say how the Festival of Friendship was the best thing?
I did.
Ever.
I couldn't stop gushing about it for like 2 weeks
it's
afterwards.
awesome.
But it was a perfectly done segment. But this I thought was the best send off. Owens becomes a 2-time U.S. champion. Keeps his feud with AJ Styles,
which is going to be some great.
I'm looking forward to that backlash.
I am too.
And Jericho goes packing, and I think it was that's the way you end. That's the way you end a feud. That's the way you end a feud.
That's the way I think we're especially used to seeing a feud end.
That's just the way it is.
In a brutal, definitive way.
Not this PG garbage where it's like, oh.
Is that how our feud's going to end,
Even
Ken?
something over the top works. The DX McMahon feud from 06. The way you had it end was basically with McMahon and Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Triple H breaking his sledgehammer over Vince's head.
Great.
And that's it.
That was it.
That was it. That's all.
That's all you can ask.
That's all you can ask.
That's all she wrote.
Completely.
It's not going to be like that in WWE.
Right. Well, as long as it remains a PG environment, okay, they can only go so far.
They can only go so far.
They can only stretch out.
Well, they're never going to go PG-13 again ever.
Or
anything.
TV-14.
TV-4. They're never going to do that again.
Never again.
So.
All right. So moving on from there. Okay. So we covered Owens, Jericho.
Moving
we covered
on.
Neville, Aries. We covered Bailey versus.
Can we talk about my favorite match? The Tag Team Championship match.
Yeah, did you get the Hardys and Cesaro?
Tag Team Championship match. That's right. Hardys.
I think I got that match right too, didn't I?
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Honestly.
Ken, I can make a really good bet that
I
you got it
saw
wrong.
the heel turn coming. I just thought that the heel turn would have turned more. Turn out to be more.
All right, I want you to make that same face as that guy.
Wonderful.
Make the same smile. Isaac, you too. Let's see if you can match a smile.
Matt Adams.
You got to match a smile. Go ahead. No. Go
I
ahead.
didn't do that.
Yeah, keep going. Isaac, that's not very good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Keep going.
No, you gotta show the teeth.
You got to show teeth. Yeah, that's great. There you go. All right, back to wrestling.
Wonderful.
You mundane mules. Oh, it's
You,
great.
you obsolete mules.
Oh, it's great.
Are we quoting
I-
movies
so,
or are we?
so yeah,
connecting?
so you had the Hardys defending against Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus hadn't been faring too well. They both lost in singles competition leading out to this. It seemed like there were times where they were closing in on the championship, particularly with Cesaro having Jeff Hardy in the sharpshooter.
Yep.
Jeff managed to just barely make the ropes. But then Matt and Sheamus come in. Seems like Sheamus has had Matt laid out with a power slam, except Matt made a blind tag to Jeff.
Yep.
Jeff comes up with a big time swanton onto the back of Sheamus,
Yep.
gets the 3 count, retains the tag team titles. Now it seems like Cesaro and Sheamus are once again come up just a little bit short.
A little bit short.
They give the Hardys a good sportsmanship type handshake. Seemingly walk off. The Hardys celebrating. Then out of nowhere, here comes Cesaro and Sheamus, beat the absolute crap out of the Hardys, including holding Jeff while Sheamus delivers a bro kick to him into the ring.
Great.
Into the ring.
That was
post.
a great way to end.
I thought it was a great way to really like kickstart this feud.
Yes.
Like, and now the feud's just getting started now because you had Sheamus and Cesaro. I mean, the fact that you had the Revival on the shelf at the moment.
Yep.
You needed an aggressive,
Well, that was
physical.
that's a big loss too.
That was a big loss. but-
Huge loss.
Huge loss. But now you needed a physical, aggressive heel
Which
tag
Cesaro
team,
and Sheamus
which
can
Cesaro and Sheamus are perfectly capable of.
Cesaro especially.
Sheamus was always better off as a heel.
Oh, he can't be a good guy.
can't-
Cesaro is surprisingly a very good heel.
Oh, yeah, he's very smarmy.
Yeah.
He's
Cocky.
cocky. He's confident.
Yeah.
I,
As he should be.
As he should.
The guy is one day, I pray, a world champion. The guy is unreal.
Oh no, I mean, we're always talking about how Cesaro is one of those guys
Underutilized.
vastly underutilized, and I mean, I think this may be the key to that. Let's have
hope.
let's have Cesaro turn heel.
Yeah.
Let's have him be on the other side of the fence for once.
Yes.
And see how that works.
It's
for him.
gonna work well.
So by the time they turn him back face, he's going to be so much over, and Vince, I think, will finally be forced to realize
but he was-
that he connects so well with the audience.
He's been over he was over huge in 13 when Daniel Bryan was going up. That's where it started.
I mean, it was yes, but I mean,
That's where the cult following started big.
Exactly,
And then
the
it ended.
Cesaro section.
Yeah. That's where, and now it's over. It's not really even there anymore.
Well, I know it's still there. It's just now he's going through a new phase.
Which is
I mean, we'll see. Okay,
see how it is.
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
fine.
with
Even though-
WWE, it's always wait and see.
the match. All around the match was a great match. I thought the match was great.
No, the match was great overall. I thought Cesaro and Sheamus' physicality made up more than made up for the fact that the Hardys. Let's face facts. The Hardys are in their 40s.
Oh, of course.
They're basically held together with duct tape at this
Yeah.
point.
Jeff surprisingly can still,
He can still do the swanton. He can still do the whisper
whisper in the wind.
And I know that one of them is about to take me seriously and said, "Oh, Jeff's made of duct tape."
I can't
or
believe it.
No, no.
How is his tooth getting knocked?
Ken, I do want to let you know that I'm gonna have some opinions about the main event. If you want to throw it back here,
Oh no! I think we all got some takes on the.
you know. Okay,
Yeah,
so just
We
I
gotta give
mean,
him his thoughts.
it's not a championship
I know
match.
Julie wants to speak
Well,
about the
I
main
mean,
event
so
too.
the way
so.
he lost a tooth was Sheamus gave Jeff
Kicked him in the face.
Yeah, no, a stiff knee,
Yeah.
and they actually show footage of Jeff's tooth
Oh, yeah,
falling
falling
out
out.
at ringside, and oh my, so yeah, that's
great.
That showed you how hard hitting the match was. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this match going down. Now you have a fully heel Cesaro and Sheamus, which can only make the match that much more interesting.
Well, and I think there's gonna be a spoiler alert for all you people that are watching this great show. Get ready for the Hardys to go broken. It's coming sooner than it's gonna happen.
Oh, they're gonna be broken, and it's going to be delightful.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, they're slowly showing more bit by bit. So
They're still waiting for the finalization of the.
I think WWE already has finalization. I think they're just
pushing. I think they're gonna lose the titles to these guys actually, and then they're gonna turn them broken because they lost their titles. They're broken.
that seems to be the popular opinion going right now. But again, you gotta
We'll
wait.
see.
You gotta
We'll
wait.
see.
You gotta wait and see.
But now, what is after? What is after this match? There was.
All right, I believe. Let's see. We had the tag team titles. We had the women's title. We
Yes.
had the U.S. We had the U.S. title.
Austin Aries Neville.
We had Aries and Neville. We had
Enzo.
Cass. We had
That
Cass.
one I know, it's
We had Cass and
This is
Enzo
the main
versus
event.
Club.
Was it the last match?
Nick, have we missed anything? Have we forgotten anything besides the main event?
We forgot Mikhail with the hat.
Oh, that's a lovely hat. That's a
It's a
lovely
$1 billion
hat.
hat. It's a championship caliber hat.
Yeah, I got one.
It's
I got one
priceless.
just like that.
Oh,
I'll
have you
I'll
missed
show
one?
you in
Let's
2
see.
weeks.
You did the Wyatt versus Orton
We
house.
did that.
We did the
one.
Wyatt versus Orton match.
Then you.
Ken, you
are
had one
to-
just like that, but you lost it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
You lost it to a
I'll
chat
show you.
room, right?
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna show you in a couple
Ken,
weeks.
you have Ms. TV with Finn something.
Oh, we can talk about that.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about that.
Well, do you want to stick with the
Miz's
tape?
promos are just.
I mean, they're
All right,
great.
well,
I mean,
let's do this, 'cause I know this is a match. Just go to this
far
one.
in getting the person that he's targeting over. Miz does such a good job of elevating.
I think they're finally letting him do it too.
Well, no, he's been doing that for a while.
But not as aggressive. You know, I mean, it was usually in humor with him and Johnny Nitro, doing that kind of stuff.
Well,
way back.
no. Have you seen him in the last year?
Yeah, well, of course.
I mean, with him and Dolph Ziggler, you saw the feud with
That
him?
was great. That
And
was great.
he didn't put over Dolph Ziggler? He
Yeah.
put over Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's put a lot of people. Pretty much anyone that ever comes on to Miz TV, Miz goes out of his way to put over
He should.
before being a heel and bringing them down.
He should. He won every championship. He has nothing else to prove.
Exactly. Okay, so I mean, if you've seen one Miz TV segment, you know how they all
Yeah,
end.
they always end in a.
It ends with the guy kicking Miz's butt.
Yeah. Well,
That's how it ends. So basically, this ended with Miz putting over Finn. Finn basically just kicking the crap
Yeah.
out of Miz. So it was all good.
yeah.
All right, so now we come to the main event, and I want everyone to chime in on this one.
Great match.
Thank you.
Thank you, because first off, I mean this is one that I got right, bar none.
You did get this one right.
Yeah.
What was the other one you got right?
I'm trying. It wasn't Cesaro. Oh no, I picked Cesaro and Sheamus for that one. Oh God. I did not have.
Did you pick Aries or did you pick Neville?
You got Neville right? Was that what it was?
No,
Did you get Samoa Joe? and
Oh
Seth
no,
Rollins?
I picked. Oh, actually, yeah, I did pick Neville to retain. Well, no.
Did you pick Alexa Bliss or did you pick Bailey?
I picked Bailey.
Oh, I can't be
Did
doing
you
that,
pick
man.
Kevin Owens or Chris Jericho? And was that or was that not your
well,
lock
no,
of the
because
night?
Jericho won. I picked Owens for my lock, and Jericho won.
Okay. Enzo and Cass versus Luke Gallows
I picked the
and
Club for
Anderson.
that one too. Ugh.
Rough night, man.
All right.
Yeah, rough night.
I'm still thinking here.
All right.
I see
The
what
Hardy
you're supposed to
Boys,
do,
did you pick? No.
I picked Cesaro. Like I said, I picked Cesaro and Sheamus.
Sheamus.
I mean, if anyone kept their match list, I'd gladly tell you.
Do you know what I think we should do? Let's
Maybe
let the
you- maybe
champion
you pick
talk
Seth
about
Rollins?
The main event first.
Did you pick
See
Seth
his
Rollins?
opinions on it.
Actually, no. I think I did pick Rollins. No.
I think you picked Rollins.
Yeah, I did. I
Wait,
did,
no. Yeah, you might have.
No, I think I did. No, I think I did. I think
Well,
I
Ken,
did.
you didn't do well, so.
Yeah, I didn't do well. Let's just sum it up. I didn't do well.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's painful. All right.
Worst
Alright,
things
so,
could
you
happen.
know,
You know,
so-
you could have
Oh, and
came in
Nick
second and lost to
Well,
a
I know.
YouTube
I
chat room.
know I did a shot.
Ken, can you just make sure to properly introduce me? I want people not to be confused of who their new king of pay-per-views is.
Okay.
How do you say his name?
Mikhail.
All hail.
No, but what's my title?
I'm not saying it.
Ken.
Throw it up, Mikhail.
Ken, it's
I
right
don't
here.
care if there's 10 more minutes of dead air. I'm not saying it.
Ken, it's not going to be dead air because I'm going to be talking.
Well,
I'm
I
going to
can- I
give the
can
fans what they
figure-
want.
I can fill up here. Where do you wanna fill up some
give
dead
the
air?
floor to you to talk about
All
the main
hail
event,
Mikhail.
but
Man.
if you're gonna, I was gonna give the floor to you and let you talk first about the main event, but I mean,
Oh, he's just rubbing it in now. Rubbing in those rules.
oh, I would salute King Mikhail, but
I just want you to call me champion one time.
yeah, the salute's not very PG.
That's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted.
Oh, you want me? You want me to salute you?
After the show.
I don't want you to salute me. I just want you to say, and here is pay-per-view king champion Mikhail. All hail Mikhail. That's it.
That's it, and then he'll stop forever.
I
At
will
least
never.
until he wins the next one.
I will
You
never
put
come
the
back until the
championship
next time I
down
win.
and stop sticking it in my face.
I'm not sticking in your face. It's in the camera so people can see it. It's a prestigious title. I'm not gonna just put it on the ground.
Yeah, bite the bullet, man. Just bite the bullet. Just say it.
Let's talk about the main
Here
event.
is here to talk about the main event, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, is the WK King of Pay-Per-View champion. All hail King Mikhail.
Ooh, King Mikhail. I didn't even say that. That was good. Oh, yeah. So Braun Strowman came in, and he beat up Roman Reigns pretty good. Roman Reigns was injured, but, you know, I don't know why he decided to fight Braun Strowman, but he decided to, and Braun Strowman beat him up. And honestly, after seeing that beat up, I don't see how Vince McMahon could see Roman Reigns as favorable to the fans, because they started chanting as he was spewing blood out of his mouth, "You deserve this."
Yeah, that's pretty big. I mean,
I mean, well, first of all, crack pay-per-view reporting right there, Mr. King of pay-per-view.
It's just King. You don't have to say Mr. King. It's King. My last name isn't King.
Yeah. Okay, King Mikhail.
Thank you.
All right, crack pay-per-view reporting, by the way. I mean, obvious. I mean, yes. I mean, you had Roman Reigns get thoroughly beat up,
abused.
devastated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the words of Paul Heyman, beaten up and victimized by Braun Strowman, not only during the match, which led to Roman getting pinned, clean as a whistle, but you had Strowman not only drop him on steel steps, he dropped the steel steps on Roman.
Great. I thought it was great.
I mean, Roman had severe internal injuries, separated shoulder, and when they tried to cart him off into the ambulance, Strowman said, "I'm not finished with you," I'm not finished with you yet, which seems to be his new catchphrase all of a sudden, and nearly bowled over Reigns again, and instead just took the ambulance door clean off its hinges.
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly he has a torn rotator cuff. I mean, supposedly.
Well, let's hopefully not. Let's hope
but
not.
it's probably not. It's most likely not.
Yeah, it's
the
probably,
case.
you know.
But I mean, WWE likes to build these up for the drama.
Yeah.
So I mean, Roman's got his serious injuries. Strowman. I mean, but they're going to fight again. The rematch has already been made for WWE Extreme Rules in 4 weeks. An ambulance match, and so
figured that was gonna happen.
so now here. Well, no, it's already been confirmed.
yeah, we knew it was
So
coming.
we knew it was coming. You knew the ambulance match was coming. I knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Everyone here knew it was coming. So, I mean, so it's going to be brutal.
It's gonna be a great
But,
match.
I mean, again, Mikhail brings the best point right here. I mean, after this, after you've had everyone chanting, "You deserve this," while Reigns is literally in a puddle
Coughing
of
up
his
blood.
own, coughing up blood.
I thought, you know, big,
I mean, that should tell you right there, he's never going to get over as the top face of your flagship program.
No.
It's not going to work.
Roman's not.
I
that
mean,
guy.
that's got to be the most. That has to be the most telling sign. It's basically them holding up a sign saying, "We don't like Reigns.
Yep.
Push someone else."
Yeah, well, Strowman's the best candidate to do it.
I mean, supposedly Strowman's first in line to challenge
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar
He should be.
at Great Balls of Fire.
That's the name of a pay-per-view.
That's the name of the pay-per-view in Texas. That's the name of the next Raw pay-per-view where Lesnar will be making an appearance. Great Balls of Fire.
Oh, this is good. This is where the WWE's going with everything. That's great.
You gonna sing the song, Ken?
No,
Why not?
because I'm not going to
rattle my
give
brains?
Vince McMahon, I'm not going to give WWE, I'm not going to give whatever cockamamie WWE writer.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Oh, great. You just gave him free advertising. Thanks a lot.
Wow, Ken.
How much do you want to bet that that's going to be the theme song?
If it is, I mean,
PG.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
boycott wrestling forever?
It's gonna be up there.
I'm going to go online and complain. Just
Wow,
like Triple H,
Ken.
just like
Ken.
So
Sony
does
said.
anyone with a smartphone.
Ken, I
You gotta do
have
something
to
bigger
ask.
than that.
What would make you boycott wrestling forever?
That is a huge thing.
That actually is a good question. What would?
Because there's a lot that's happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
oh no, there's so much that's happened over the years that I've been on the verge once or twice.
I have two.
I mean, when obviously the whole Benoit scandal, when that went down, I honestly consider that. I decided I needed to stop being just a fan and channel my focus into analyzing and breaking down wrestling rather than just continue being a naive fan.
But I mean more like product things, not outside
Like-
No,
problems.
okay, well,
no
Well-
outside sources. I want.
well-
What could WWE do that would make you boycott wrestling
'Cause
If
forever?
you stuck
and
around
watch,
after
they go
Katie
through,
Vick.
if they
and
go
watch
through
Monday Night
the,
Football instead of Monday Night Raw.
if they decide to go through the plan they have for Vince's biopic movie.
Oh God.
Because I've read this, because I've read the first copy of their script, and oh my God, it's like, first of all, it's not PG, so I'm not gonna just.
Well, of course it's not. It can't be.
Well, long story short, none of it's true.
Yeah.
It's completely outrageous. It's the point of a biopic. The point of a biopic is that it's supposed to be biographical, but the problem is, I mean, it's not even so much he's taking liberties with his own life. Almost none of it's true, or some of it's just a real stretch, even for Vince McMahon.
Well, Vince likes to be Vince. Is the
Oh
only
yeah,
way I
oh
can
yeah,
say it
yeah,
PG,
yeah,
I guess.
Vince being Vince.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, what would make me boycott wrestling?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like, I mean, there isn't much that WWE hasn't done that's made me want to just boycott it. I mean, there's like I said, some. Yeah, I'm seriously tempted. I'm seriously tempted right now. Oh, I'm tempted right now.
You got to rise above.
Oh jeez.
Are you quoting John Cena on my show?
Oh man.
You're
Hustle,
quoting John Cena.
Loyalty and
He's
respect.
an art.
Oh my
I
God.
think he's a Mark champion.
I regret nothing and fear less. That's from a 16-time world champion.
Oh God.
Do 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 do.
Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me.
Because my time is now.
Oh, it means business now. Look at that.
Okay. I didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do this. I want to be professional about this. I want to take this in stride. I just wanted to laugh. I just wanted to laugh it off, like I've laughed every other time. I've lost the championship. But I mean, seriously now? You've been doing for the last half hour. You've been sticking the championship in my face because you won it one time. One time. Where I've won it, 11, 12 times. I am 12 times the champion you are. I am 12 times the person you are. Here's the thing. Who's been showing up here every single week for the past 166 weeks? Me. I don't just run the Wrestling Connection. I don't just host the Wrestling Connection. I am the Wrestling Connection.
Preach.
You've been here for all of 2 episodes. One of them you didn't even show up in person for. You threw down a bunch of picks and you won a championship. Good for you. Try doing that every single week. Coming in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, and defend it. Try doing it. Try winning that multiple times when you're going up against 5, 6 different people. Try making the best predictions month after month after month after month.
That's the plan.
No. Okay, no. Here's the plan. Here's the plan. 2 weeks, I go to Backlash, I win back my championship for the 13th time, and I shove that championship in your face, and I show you why I am the Wrestling Connection. I'm not the king, I'm not the Lord, I'm not the Savior, I simply am it. And that's all that there's going to be to it.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a good shoot right there. That's a nice
I'll
shoot.
be waiting for you.
And I'll be there to take it back. He said, the Strowman-Roman feud has been one of the better feuds. I mean, but I honestly can't see how they can accept Roman at this point. And I feel like this is going to be the pivotal point where they realize, okay, I think they're going. I mean, I know Triple H goes on air online and says, well, if you already hate Roman, then as far as you're concerned,
exactly,
he's
yeah.
already healed.
Heel.
No,
No,
here's the crazy
that's not
thing.
how it
We
goes.
need to see it happen on television. We need to see him actually pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Okay, for it to be like conceivable.
Yeah.
It has to be tangible. We have to see it happen.
Yeah.
If you don't see it happen,
It's not.
then it doesn't exist.
It's not a thing.
Okay. If Roman behaves like a douche, does that make him okay? If a Roman turns heel, is he really a heel? No. Okay, we have to see him turn heel. It has to happen.
That's how it always is. That's how it's.
Oh, okay. He can't just go around just making like snide comments and like ragging on the audience and trolling the audience. He actually has to lash out.
Mm-hmm.
He has to lash out at the audience. He has to lash out at other superstars. He has to be a heel in order to be a heel. Not just come out and act like one.
No, well,
He has to be one.
it's supposed to be the big dog. Big dogs,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, the big dog can bark. The big dogs don't has bite. That's
Strowman is the big dog that owns the yard right now.
exactly. All right. So, I mean, I believe we covered everything.
Yeah.
About we've covered everything about WWE Payback. Like I said, I think it's next week, or in a week or two.
Hey, Ken, hold on. Before you do that, if you were to rate this preview on a bring back on a 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
Well, the Payback. If
The
I had to rate it on a
entire
scale-
the entire thing,
the entire thing.
the entire preview, 1 to 10. What would you give it?
The entire pay-per-view. If I had to rate it.
Yep.
I mean, overall,
You
I
can
would
give
have to give
halves
it-
if you want.
I mean, aside from the House of Horrors, the rest of the pay-per-view was solid. So I'd have to give it like a 7.
7, 8, perfect.
I got
7
Yeah,
words.
I give it a 7.
All right. Add,
House of Horrors though,
yep, add
negative
House.
10.
House of Horrors was awful.
No, it was awful.
Negative 10. Not even. Ooh, that
7.
must have been that terrible.
Highest I give it is an 8.
I mean,
What's
rest
the,
of
uh,
the rest of the
Seven's-
show- 7's fine. 7 because
7 is good. 7 is average.
7's fine.
Yeah.
I think all the other matches were great, but the House of Horrors just brought everything
Was
down.
was atrocious.
Garbage.
Was that
Hot,
how it started
steaming
too?
Garbage.
Exactly.
Was that how it started too?
It did. I
Oh.
mean, we already started at the Chopper Shop, but
Oh.
it was just bad overall. Just plain, flat out horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty
It's
bad.
not good. All right, back to what you were saying.
All right. So I believe I don't know. Is it next Sunday or it's not this Sunday, but
2
next
more weeks.
Yeah, 2 more weeks. We'll be having our Backlash paper preview, where I will be taking back my King of Pay-Per-View championship.
Okay.
Is that the 21st?
I believe that it. Well, let's see. What's today? Okay, so we got
Today
Today's the 5th,
is
Ken.
5th.
15th to 12th. So yes, I do
21.
believe that will be the 21st.
I should be able to be here,
So
but if not, I'll bring it via satellite.
Oh,
boy.
I hope so.
Oh boy.
I hope so.
So Ken, one thing. So next week is normal, and the week after that is another preview.
I do believe so. If I'm
Okay.
mistaken, then we'll have our paper preview next week.
Okay, if we're not mistaken. Okay. Back to
all right.
whatever you were saying.
All right. So so that's all for episode 166 of the Wrestling Connection. I'd like to thank Isaac for coming in today for his big time WK debut. Of course, our
Thanks,
new
Isaac.
King of Pay-Per-View champion, King Mikhail.
Oh, there
Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It was a lovely introduction.
Oh, you're so very welcome. And of course, Mr. Nick Giglio,
Hello.
Mr. Greg Dolan, who's slightly off screen,
Yeah, he's
For-
right. He's right here.
Miss Julianne Trajan,
She's over there. Are you gonna pronounce her name correctly? It's Triasian.
Aunt Triasian,
There you go.
Miss Julianne Triasian. Of course, everyone here at Bedford TV and the Wrestling Connection wish you a happy and safe Cinco de Mayo. Please drink responsibly
Yes.
and have yourself a great time. Have a great weekend. And remember, as always, be connected, get connected, stay. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
Too sweet.
I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's
Some things that aren't supposed to be.
Come on, Ken, keep singing.
Someday we'll find it. The Wrestling Connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da dee. La da da la la dee da.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah!